Bloomin Blck. Um, Bloomin Blck means a lot to me, bro, because uh, like ever since February, um, I just been on this certain journey, like out here in Texas, we had went through like a bad, horrible ass snowstorm, and that shit like fucked with me because for like 5 days straight, we had to like go to sleep in hotels and shit. You know what I'm saying? I had my wife with me, we had the kids with us and shit, and we was like sleeping in hotels, having to eat out and shit. We don't never eat out, like never eat out. So that shit was just like horrible. You know what I'm saying? It was a horrible week, bro. My car was fucking up. My car didn't have no heat in it, and it was fucking, bro. It was like 5 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I didn't have no heat. I got my wife in there and my 2 kids, babies at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, we having to bundle them up and shit. So like after that shit happened, bro, I just started researching a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I started tapping into people that I was already tapped into, but I started like tapping in a little bit more and really like listening to what they were saying because they was giving game, but I was just watching it for like entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, not really entertainment, but like watching it just to like stimulate my mind for like that 1 second, but I wouldn't internalize the information. So I just started internalizing a lot of information, bro, that I was coming across. You know what I'm saying? I started doing a lot of research on like just like the history of like my type of people, my tribe. You know what I'm saying? As far as like where I come from, you know what I'm saying? It's like Indian wise, there's a lot of diving into a lot of different ancestry. You know what I'm saying? And I was growing. I feel like I was growing into my power, like growing to reach my highest potential. So I just named it Bloomin Blck because I was growing and I'm a black person.
No, bro. That's
Black, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just the fact, like that's really one definition for it. The next definition is like a lot of people don't know. Like when I first moved out here, I was homeless as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I moved out here to Dallas with $68 in my pocket and nothing else. I had $68 in my pocket, old ass 2004 Chrysler 300M, and like everything I owned was inside. I had all my clothes in the trunk and like 2 different bins of clothes, my shoes, my skateboard, putting all that shit in the trunk just so my back seat can stay clear and I can sleep in my back seat. So I had to keep everything in my trunk, bro. And that was actually when I ended up meeting my wife too, because me and her went to high school together. But we reconnected like during those times. So she would like sneak me in like her aunt crib so I could like shower and rest sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like get hotel rooms and shit where we could like chill. So like I was just going through a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? All the way up until this point, really done went through a lot of shit. And I just felt like this is me, like to see who I am today, just growing in the midst of like those dark ass times that I was going through. You know what I'm saying? Like I never stopped growing, like, and it just made me think of plants. You know what I'm saying? Like when you bury a seed, you got to put it deep down in the soil. And I'm sure if like we could be seeds and seed, like you ain't gonna see shit. You know what I'm saying? You're like, what the fuck? Like, motherfucker just put me in some dirt and forgot about me. You know what I'm saying? But once you start soaking up that water that's around you, you got to realize what's around you in your environment. You know what I'm saying? And make the best of that darkness. And then eventually you start growing towards the light. They start growing up. You know what I'm saying? So I was seeing myself as like the same plant. You know what I'm saying? Like just realizing like, oh, there's water around me. You know what I'm saying? I just got to focus on it. Like what you pay attention to is going to grow. You know what I'm saying? So
I love
like
that.